Yeah. Fight news. Wait, hold on. Fight news. Boxing is back.
Yeah.
No cap.
No kids.
Boxing is bike.
The year of the boxing.
We bike. Boxing is bike. If you still tune in, shout out to you. Boxing is bike. Earlier this week, an arbitration judge ruled in the favor of Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is guaranteed that third fight with Tyson Fury.
Gross.
The third fight is going down right now, July. Right now they have a date set for July 24th. If it doesn't happen that day, Bob Arum from ESPN's Top Rank put a bid on the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium, Allegiant Stadium. So if it doesn't go down that day, then it will actually go down on August 14th. Either way, both sides have already signed a contract. The fight is in motion. AJ and Fury is off for the foreseeable future.
Tough.
Really tough. But yeah, Wilder getting his he getting his lick back. He went back to court. He sat out. Fury sat out. My boy said, nah. Shout out to Al Heyman and all the people at PBC. It's important who you have on your team because people don't recognize Al Heyman in the world of boxing enough. Al Heyman is responsible for some of your favorite matches that's ever happened. He's responsible for 90% of the better talent that's in Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz, Floyd Mayweather, Andre Berto in his heyday. Al Heyman is with all of these guys, right? So, third fight, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. A couple of things to note. Deontay Wilder has officially hired a new trainer, former heavyweight Malik Scott, who he also fought and slept. But Malik Scott.
I don't like that. I knew he got a new trainer, but I didn't know who it was.
Them details kind of change.
He fought him.
When you said he dropped him, it's like
He dropped him.
what you gonna teach me?
I mean, now if you haven't seen recent videos of Deontay working out, I don't know. He looked like a little bit of a different fighter, just a little bit.
Everybody looks different in training camp.
Nah, no. All right, so listen. I followed Deontay's last 5 to 6 training camps.
Mm-hmm.
He's went from when you watch his training camps, or at least the footage they allow you to watch. He's not throwing combos when he's hitting the pad. He's doing everything that he does in a fight. He does in training camp, and even when you hear stories coming out of his camp, he don't want to work on combinations.
Well, he don't.
He don't want to run. He feels like just because he's a natural athlete, like he even is quoted saying that my own team doesn't know how to beat me. Only I know how to beat me. And after all the dust is settled, shout out to Mark Breland, he's come out and said, which is who Deontay fired for throwing in the towel. He's came out and said Deontay didn't want to work on the basics and the fundamentals. He only wanted to do what he wanted to do, and everybody around him, if you disagreed, you were gone. But Deontay didn't want to work on the fundamentals. He didn't want to hit the heavy bag that much. He didn't want to work on combinations. He did a little bit of jump rope and ran a couple of miles, and that was training camp for him.
Yeah.
He's always got off on the fact that he only has to connect one time. What y'all are seeing in the ring is exactly what is the result of what goes on in training camp. This time, with Malik Scott, defensively, he's moving around a little more. He's throwing. I haven't seen him do one workout thus far where he's only focusing on the right hand. He's throwing uppercuts, body shots, and he doesn't look all natural doing it, but he's doing it.
That was only my question.
He doesn't look super because I've just never seen him like put in this much work doing other things other than focusing on the right hand. And so he looks like a little bit of a different fighter. And it's whereas before I was like, hell no. I gotta see it now.
Thank you. I was waiting for somebody to meet me here.
So like,
I have nothing else to say.
I gotta see it.
So like,
You said everything.
So
We gotta see it now.
I want to watch the fight, so I'm definitely watching the fight. But if I had to give it like a 1 through 10, I'm giving it like a 7.
That's high. That's high though,
But-
and that's way higher than you were a couple weeks ago when we talked about it.
But like, okay, so it's really like a 6.5.
No cap, no walk it back.
No, it was like a. If you
That nigga walked it back
if you
on
consider
us.
it that high, I didn't think a 7 would be considered high.
You moon? Nah, you said what your heart said. You moonwalked
I
it.
thought y'all would consider that low, so I'm gonna have to break. take
Don't
it
worry
down.
about what I
7
consider.
on-
It's about what you consider.
7 on
You
what?
said-
The scale of being excited?
Yeah. So like,
7's pretty high. Especially for considering how the last fight went.
7 is high.
The only reason I'm not as excited is because I was more excited to see the AJ versus
don't
Fury.
care.
And so that's why
This got me turned. I'm not gonna care with you, bro.
So I'm definitely gonna watch
And
it.
it's competing with how excited I was for AJ fight.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Listen.
I want to see this more.
Really?
I didn't
want to
think-
see this more.
Now I do.
Now, you heard me say I want to see AJ Fury more.
Yeah.
And I was on that boat until I've seen recent videos.
Gotta see it.
And it ruled in his favor.
So I haven't seen no recent videos.
Oh yeah, it's on his YouTube, or not his YouTube. It's on his Instagram page. And so again, I'm turned, man.
I gotta see.
I'm turned.
gotta
Listen, Tyson talking his talk too. Tyson said Tyson was in Miami chilling by the pool when he got the news.
And
He
this
said,
fight got bad blood. That AJ fight didn't have that. I need that, man. Because we go get the AJ fight anyways. There's delayed gratification. We get
Deontay
both.
said-
We get our cake and we get to eat it too.
See, a lot
Buying and
of,
selling.
A lot of my, the reason I said I'm excited because I didn't know Deontay would have more than 2 bucks. Because in mine it's like you gotta wait.
might not.
he might listen when it get the fight time.
He might not.
Everybody got a plan till they get punched in the face.
No, yeah, everybody can.
But at least
perform good in practice.
from what he's showing,
I'm here.
I'm like, that's the beauty of the fight game. Is you watch these guys training camps, you watch the 24/7s for the anticipation of what they may or may not do. But you only gonna get that one opportunity. You only get one night to prove it.
Yeah.
It's not a series. You're not gonna get to see it on a Tuesday and then they're gonna run it back on a Thursday. No. This is one night, and this is the 3rd fight. After this, they don't have to fight each other for the rest of their career.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over.
And would you rather get that fight now or after the AJ fight? You know what I'm saying? Let's just get it, man.
Because
Let's get
whoever
into
wins
it.
this fight, AJ gotta see him.
Come on, man.
Because if Deontay wins the fight, then people are looking at Tyson like, shit, maybe you did cheat. Maybe he was right.
Entertainment, bro. Forget the sport, nigga. This TV.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not
I
entertained?
definitely gotta watch the footage.
Hit the button, man. Blow something up or something. I don't know, God.
Because if I see the footage and Deontay looking different, that's gonna excite me. I can't cap.
That's the only thing that's got me excited, bro.
Like, the fact that like, I'm not excited is because I haven't seen that footage.
Bro, listen. The only reason that I am as amped as I am is because even if he is selling me a lie, he's a damn good seller.
I'm banking on him selling me a lie.
I'm
still
kinda,
excited.
I'm kind of begging on it too. Do I think he's gonna beat Fury? I actually do now. I do. I'm turned. I'm bite. Deontay gonna take Fury out. I'm going 5th, 6th round.
I love it.
Deontay,
This is what I'm here for. Yes.
This is 5th, 6th round.
That's high.
Yes.
Listen,
Shenanigans.
me and you've talked. I told you I don't want to see that boy back in the ring with that man until I seen these recent videos. He's done a lot less of this, just more getting to work.
Man.
He ain't on the social media press run. He's been
Oh, COVID.
Going
through it. Yeah, nigga going through it. Hey, bro, disinfect the couch. I'm excited.
yeah.
I'm excited.
Deontay Wilder, man. It's gonna be a good one. It's Vegas. They're doing a live gate, so they're getting a lot of their money back.
Yeah. Hey, could you bring a ginger ale in here, bro?
Yeah, it's gonna be a goodie. It's definitely one of those ones.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I'm excited.
Now, what this means for AJ. Now, obviously, they had this fight set. It was gonna be in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's kind of ill.
It was going to be in Saudi Arabia, August 14th. That was the date. And they made this fight preconceiving that they were going to get the ruling, which makes sense because it was looking good for him at one point. Like, I did let the contract expire, so he didn't necessarily jerk you out of a 3rd fight. What this means for AJ. AJ is already in talks of fighting a Russian guy or a Ukrainian guy named Alexander Usyk. He was the undisputed champ at cruiserweight. So he won all the belts. He cleaned up before he made his transition to heavyweight. He's right now currently ranked between 6 and 7 pound for pound. And that was going to be the fight for AJ after the Fury fight. If he had won the Fury fight, after the Fury series, he would have had to fight Usyk because Usyk has a mandatory status, which means for his particular sanctioning body, he was next in line to fight. He's next in line to fight AJ. So that looks like it's going to take place. Now, I'm gonna let my man's when he get back. He has a very hot take on Usyk, a potential Alexander Usyk, Anthony Joshua heavyweight fight. Which I want everybody to know, for those who's not boxing fans, Usyk is nice. Okay, Usyk is nice.
Thank you.
Great footwork, throws great combinations, can move around the ring. Usyk is nice. I can't call him and Joshua early, but Usyk is nice. So
Usyk knocking that man out, man. You heard it first.
The boy is back.
Zone.
I left so I can come back talking spicy.
Yeah, so AJ's probably gonna see Usyk towards summertime. Same ideal date that he was gonna fight Tyson Fury. He's probably gonna fight Alexander Usyk. What this means for AJ, in my opinion, it's nothing. Just survive Usyk. If you get past Usyk, you just take the winner of Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. I don't think anything necessarily changes for him. He has all the belts, so it doesn't hurt his legacy. If he doesn't get this fight right now, especially understanding the circumstances. He has 4 of the other belts. The reason the Tyson Fury fight makes so much sense is because Tyson Fury has the only other belt in the heavyweight division that AJ doesn't have. And so for him, I don't think this really means anything but
wait your turn.
Just wait your turn. Wait your turn. Because either way, whether Tyson wins, Deontay win, we just calling for him to get the winner. Point blank period. So I think, and if anything, I mean, you want to see everybody else knock each other off.
And I can't lie. I would rather see Wilder versus Fury. I mean, Wilder versus Joshua too.
Over AJ versus.
That's a thought.
That
because it's like that fight. I feel like that fight has been talked about longer than the Fury versus Joshua.
Absolutely.
And Joshua and Wilder truly have bad blood.
Yeah,
they truly have bad blood too.
Yeah,
because like Wilder's like, man, y'all not nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't even respect Joshua.
Yeah,
and he's like, bro, y'all, they try not to pay Wilder too on the fights. Joshua trying to take most of the proceeds, and they trying to fight on the zone.
Well, you know,
Wilder's like, ain't nobody even watched the zone.
It later came out that Wilder would have made more money fighting AJ than he did fighting Tyson.
Yeah,
like. When they were going through arbitration and they said Tyson was trying to get out of the fight, Wilder said on an interview with Brian Custard on the Last Stand that, Tyson should give me the third fight off of just nigga code and real nigga code in general.
That's what this is.
Yeah,
we're going to call a buck a buck.
Yeah, I took a chance on you. Tyson Fury was a drug addict, out of boxing. Nobody even thought he was going to come back. And he was like, I gave you a shot when I didn't necessarily have to. AJ was offering me a lot more money than when I got to fight you. But as a man, I stood on principle, and I was like, yo, no, I promise you, if you come back in this amount of shape, I'm going to give you a fight. So that was his plight. So it turns out that AJ wasn't ducking Wilder at all. Wilder just didn't sign the contract. But now you have absolutely positive. If you Fury and you beat Wilder, fine. Now you already set the fight, AJ. We know you're not scared. If Wilder beats Fury, now it's like, all right, you got that over with, cool. You got to go see that man across. I like the AJ Wilder fight because it's US, UK versus all the belts being in one spot. The US has not had a heavyweight represent at the degree that Wilder has in a very, very long time. In a sport where most of the heavyweight champs were based in the US, it's completely transitioned overseas. And it's gonna be it's always tough for the heavyweights in the U.S. to get up to competing for championships. Wilder keeps us in a space where we always in a conversation. And as much as I like Fury, I'm going with Wilder in the third fight. I don't think he's gonna outbox Fury.
Them uppercuts not gonna come into play.
Them uppercuts are probably not gonna come into play. It might start out looking a lot like the first one, but I think this time, I just think the right hand works this time. I think it works this time.
Your analysis sounds a lot like hope.
It's hope. It's all hope. You saw that last fight?
Yeah.
You saw it, right?
We all saw it.
It's all hope, baby. A new hope. A new hope. Wilder is rejuvenated. He bite.
I support.
He bite.